welcome back to episode 2 of Cooking Confidently. Today I figured I would kind of stay with my theme of date night dinners, and I'm gonna make for you guys salmon burgers with green apple slaw. So with that, I'll show you what you guys are gonna need, and then we're gonna go ahead and jump right in. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and get started on our salmon burgers. Really, the salmon burgers is just 3 ingredients. It's the salmon, it's 1½ green onions, and it's 2 teaspoons of curry. So to start, we're just gonna wanna chop it up. Put my 1½ onions in. As well as I'm going to take my salmon. Now, really important, this part is the skin. You do not want that on there. So with that, you can just pull it on back, as you can see, or you can cut it out. So all of this, make sure it is cut into chunks though. So now I have my green onion, my salmon. I'm gonna finish it off with my 2 teaspoons of curry powder. All right, so now that I have that all in here, I'm gonna go ahead and take my top, which has my blender on it. I'm gonna put this right into my NutriBullet and blend it up till it's all pureed nicely. So depending on if you wanted to do burgers or if you wanna do sliders, that's how big you want your patties to be. So I'm gonna do more burger sizes, so mine are gonna be a little bit bigger. And then I just put them on. So I'm gonna get about 4. All right, so now I have them all plated up, and I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the freezer for about 20 minutes so they harden, so then when you put them on the George Foreman, they sizzle up all nice and delicious. All right, so now while our salmon burgers are in the freezer hardening up, we're gonna go ahead and start on our green apple slaw. So first, we're gonna need half this, so we just go ahead. And now I want this to be in about 1-inch slices. Doesn't have to be perfect, of course, but as you can see, you want it about that size. What I'm gonna do with this is I can either do it on the grill or the George Foreman. I'm gonna do it on the George Foreman because then I can just do it right in my kitchen. But now I'm gonna go ahead and char these up for about 3 minutes on each side. All right, so I'm bringing my George Foreman in, lay it on there, so it grills up. All right, I'm gonna give that 3 minutes. Now, while my cabbage is getting all grilled up, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the remainder of my 1½ onions, and I'm gonna use half of my green apple. So for this you wanna slice a little bit thinner than you did with the green onions that went into the burgers. And I'm gonna go ahead and put that into my bowl. And now for my apple, I'm gonna wanna go ahead and cut this in half. And you wanna make sure you get out the stem. And with my apple, I'm gonna just want thin slices. Then once I have it cut like that, so you want it to be thin like that. And then once I have that, I'm just gonna go ahead, cut them in half. All right, so now it's been about 4 minutes, so I'm gonna come check on my cabbage. Now that I've let my cabbage cool down, I'm gonna go ahead and add it in with my apple and green onion. I'm just gonna go ahead and toss them all together. All right, so it's all tossed nice. And now I'm going to add the 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. again, toss it up. I would definitely recommend making this ahead of time before the burgers because it really gives it a chance to let all of the flavors marinate together really nicely. But if you're making it the way I am and doing it all at once, that's totally fine too. So I went and I checked on my salmon burgers. It's been about 20 minutes, so they are a lot more firm now. You can see that I can pick them up a lot better. And I'm gonna go ahead and put them right onto my George Foreman. So I like to spray it down a little bit. And then I'm just gonna go ahead, pick one of these up, put it on, and it's gonna be between 3 to 5 minutes. And with this, it cooks on both sides, so you don't have to worry about flipping it. So now it's been 5 minutes, so I'm gonna come and check on it, and you can see that it's got a nice sear on it, so it's done. So now it's time to plate up our beautiful creation. First, I'm gonna start with my mayo. Do a nice generous topping. Then I'm gonna come over with my slaw. Make sure you mix it up good. And I like to put it right onto the mayo. And last but not least, you're gonna need to take your burger, put it on, and voila. All right, thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, I will put this recipe and step-by-step instructions on my Instagram. You can either look it up at Cooking Confidently or right on my channel. It's linked, so you just gotta click it and it'll bring you right there. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys next Wednesday at 6.